I've been working out for quite a while. I started in about 2020, and when I started, I was skinny fat like most 12-year-old children are. I was skinny fat and I wanted to change that. So when season 4 of Attack on Titan came out and Aaron had his sexy abs, I'm like, I want those abs. So I started working out. And then I found this one productivity hack. The one productivity hack that changed my working out and my fitness. Because before I used to do this one thing, my workouts were all around the place. I didn't have a proper bro split or anything. I didn't I didn't follow anything. I did the workout I felt like doing on that day. So after doing this for a while, it seemed that I was not making enough progress, and of course because I had a shitty workout. But the one productivity hack that helped me was the 80-20 rule. Okay, so chapter 3 of Eat That Frog is apply the 80-20 rule to everything that you do. So the 80-20 rule is a law made by a man named Pareto. So the basis of this rule is that 80% of results count for 20% of the activities. And let me explain this in terms of working out, right? So let's say, actually no, I'll tell you a story. When I started working out, I did a shit ton of exercises because I was still trying to figure out which one best suited me and which one would help me build more muscle. So I had like 10 different exercises, and I did those 10 different exercises and I did not make any progress. But then I heard of the 80-20 rule, and I figured that 80% of the results that I will make will come from 20% of the activities. So 80% of the results that I will make in my fitness journey will come from maybe 2 exercises. The math might not be adding up, but you get the idea. So I cut out the other 8 nonsense exercises and I did the 2, which was push-ups and squats. And I put the sexy physique, bro. Fucking python, bro. The chest and everything. Yeah. So I cut out the 8 and I did the 2. And I made progress. Because I followed the law of Pareto, the 80-20 rule. Because since 80% of the results were only going to come from 20% of the activities, I didn't need to waste time with the other 8 exercises because they weren't going to do shit. And do you know what's the most funny thing about all of this? The most funniest thing is that most people procrastinate on the important 20% of work and they do the 80%, the other nonsense 80%. So most people, right, they skip the important 20% of work and they do the other 80% of work that doesn't count for shit. And they don't make any progress. They fall and they crumble. And it's quite sad, because they think that they're being productive. Like, and I think you've probably seen this. Like when you go to school, right, and there's a test or an exam coming up, and there's that one child who says, I've studied for 12 hours. And then there's another child who studied for 2 hours. And then they get the same mark. Or the person that studied for 2 hours gets a higher mark. I think that is very insulting. And the reason this happens is because the person who studied for 2 hours did the most important work. They did the deep work. They did the important 20%. And the other person did the 80%. So even though it looks like this person did more work, this person did the right work, the deep work, and they made more progress. And this might be something for you, right? Like, let's say you're studying for an exam and you have to make notes, you have to go through past papers, you have to do this, you have to do that. But what if you didn't have to? What if you could be so productive, right, that you could do one thing or 2 things, like read the material and practice past exam papers? what if you could only do those two things and make 80% of the results? Be a class topper or something like that. What if you could? Well, you can by using the 80-20 rule. And a challenge I went through when I started incorporating this was that I felt like I wasn't working hard enough. Like, the book, The 4-Hour Work Week, I think by Cal Newport. So the basis of this book is that you work for 4 hours a week, or like you just cut down the amount of time that you work and you maximize the amount of results that you make. But I'm pretty sure there's some people who think that they're not doing their full potential, they're not going the extra mile. And for those people, I say, do the important 20% of work twice, if you're able to. Like for me, it was the push-ups and the squats. But, that is fairly quick. Doing 100 push-ups and 100 squats takes like 15-20 minutes if you're not distracted. Maybe 10 if you're really going at it. But that is quick. So what I would do them again. I would do the 100 push-ups again, and I would do the squats again. So that I felt like I could feel like I was putting in my full potential. So if you feel as if you're not putting in your full potential, and if you feel like cutting out 80% of the activities that you do will lower the results that you make, then just do the important 20% twice. And consider cutting out the 80% because it's not helping you. Now this is going to be your actionable step of this video. So in chapter 2, right, we went over the activities that you could do to accomplish your big goal, your daily task, your weekly task, and your monthly task to achieve the big goal, right? So now I want you to look at those tasks and activities and see whether they fall under the important 20% or the unimportant 80%. And once you've done that, I want you to cut down everything from the 80% so that you can focus on the 20% and make more progress, so that you can gain more of the results. I hope you found this valuable. Like and subscribe, free your minds. I will see you tomorrow. I hope I'm providing value. I really do. Like and subscribe. I'll see you.